What is going on, everybody? Nick Costa here, and welcome to this video lesson on groove number 3 from the quarter note pattern section of the groove library from the Zildjian drum set method. This video is going to help you get more comfortable with groove number 3 from the quarter note pattern section of the groove library. Once you get more familiar with it, you're then going to have the opportunity to move that dominant hand around the kit to help shape the groove. I'm excited to get into this with all of you, so let's get started. Now, if you are watching these videos in sequential order, you've already watched the videos on groove number 1 and groove number 2. You've also noticed that you are playing your non-dominant hand on the snare drum on beats 2 and 4. Now with groove number 3, you're going to shift a little bit and you're going to play the non-dominant hand on beat number 3. Now when you play your non-dominant hand on beat number 3, that's also known as playing in a halftime feel. The reason why is because it sounds as if the groove is starting to slow down, when really, all you're doing is shifting when you're playing your non-dominant hand. So just like the other two videos, you are going to continue to play in a quarter note subdivision with your dominant hand. Go ahead and place that hand on the ride cymbal and play with the tip of the stick around the center surface area of the bow. Once again, your non-dominant hand is played on the snare drum, and this time around you're playing on beat 3. So to play this pattern, you are going to start out by playing the bass drum and the ride cymbal on beat 1. You will then play the ride cymbal by itself on beat 2. You will play both of your hands on beat 3, and then finally the ride cymbal by itself on beat 4. Now to start out and get comfortable with this groove, let's take it nice and slow at 80 BPM. 1, 2, ready, and... Alright, so now that you've played the dominant hand on the ride cymbal, go ahead and move it over to the hi-hat. So now go ahead and play along with me for 16 bars in this configuration. This time, however, the tempo is going to be 100 BPM. 1, 2, ready, and... Alright, so now that you've had that opportunity to play the dominant hand on both the ride cymbal and the hi-hat, you now want to start to think about ways that you can change how you play that dominant hand to help shape the groove. So now this is the part of the video lesson where you get to work on your improvisational and musicianship skills. Think about various ways that you can alter that dominant hand to help shape the groove. Now, as you move from one variation to the next, think about playing a drum fill. Maybe like that eighth note fill that you learned in the earlier videos from the Zildjian drum set method, so you have a nice smooth transition going from one variation to the next. Now, although I want you to be creative and come up with your own variations, here are just a few to get you started. I'm going to play at 120 BPM for 24 bars. 1, 2, ready, and... So to recap, in this video lesson, you learned about groove number 3 from the quarter note pattern section of the groove library from the Zildjian drum set method. If you have any additional questions, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below, and either myself or someone from Zildjian will try and help out in any way that we can. And while you're here on Zildjian's Learning Zone YouTube channel, make sure that you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. That way you're notified of any additional content that gets uploaded to the channel. And if you haven't done so already, make sure that you check out the educational section of Zildjian's website. There you're going to find a ton of useful content to help either you or that drummer in your life along in their drumming journey. And that is it. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hopefully you've gotten something from it. And until next time, see you later.